What's up, YouTube? This is Fate, bringing you another deck profile with the locals, and today I've got my friend Z here, who's got this really interesting rank 6 spam chaos deck to show us. And without further ado, take us away.
Yeah, so the idea behind this deck was to spam out as many 6-stars as I can, and also go into a lot of synchros. So I'll just go ahead and show you the deck. But it's really off of Malicious, 3 Malicious, 3 Krebons, and then with Krebons there's also Plague. Double Trag for when you just need to bounce back. He's also really good because he can change himself to a 6 or snag any 6 or 4 stars on the table if you need. And then Trip Lila and double Raiden. Sometimes I go into a 3rd Raiden instead of a Lila. It depends on what my opponent does. But this card, Lila's really good because she hits any back rows that I need to and kind of baits out a lot of the back row. And Raiden's really good because he mills 4 and I can use him as a tuner to get out access to Raiden. Not Raiden, to Leo. So they're pretty good. So this is like a big focal point of the deck. This start a lot of turns with Tefnuit, and with Tefnuit I only won 1 Wattail. Thought about one of the dark level 6 guys, but I think the 1 Wattail is good because it's already a lot of dead draws. 3 Light Pulsars. This card is really good in this deck. A lot of people don't do this, but you can ditch a Light in the Dark from your hand to special summon them, and this is a really good way to get rid of dead Malicious and the dead Wattails. And sometimes I just foolish to get this guy into the grave just so I could ditch the Malicious if I needed to do that.
Pure graveyard setup.
Yeah. Double Caius is really good. A lot of people don't expect double Caius. It's dark and 6 stars, and it combos really well with the Tefnuits. Dark Arm, I have good graveyard manipulation, so I can get into that. And BLS and Double Sorcerer is really solid. Pushing plays. Sorcerer is also a 6-star, so you can push there. Double Trooper, sometimes if I open first, I start with Trooper or Lila or Raiden. It just gives you a good normal summon if your hand is stuck with 6 stars. And obviously, Red Eyes is very good. I struggle over the trap lineup all the time. I only run 4 right now. Sometimes I take all of these out and side into Royal Decrees. Sometimes I leave them in, but I can't bring myself to take these out.
Just a good general setups for whatever.
Yep. So double charge to help me ramp up and search for Lila or Raiden, whatever I need. Only 2 seals with 3 targets. Double E-call to get into the Krebons. Sometimes I set it and the Krebons can save you. If your opponent's got a big spam field, you can use Krebons and just save yourself. This E-Tellies with Krebons and Malicious gives you access to a lot of 8-star monsters.
So is Krebons your only target for E-Telly?
Yeah, so 2 E-Tellies, 3 Krebons. Krebons is a really good standalone. Sometimes I just sit there and wait for my opponent. Dark Hole, Raigeki, Foolish is awesome, and only 1 Lance.
Oh, only the 1 Lance.
It used to be a 2 Lance, but I added in a 2nd charge, and I can't really find room for a 2nd Lance.
More clogs than that helps with the speed.
Yeah. Extra deck is really tight, but focal point, big cards is M7. This card's insane. It helps you push for game a lot. It helps you bounce any really problematic cards, and it lets you get cards back from your grave. One of the plays that a lot of people don't do is you would go into a Tum, and then if you have an extra way to get another 6-star out past your Red Eyes, you can use him, bounce your Red Eyes, and then remove your Tum, and then just special summon the Red Eyes again to extend your plays a little bit more. A lot of people don't do that. Launcher is probably the first 6-star I go into. It baits out a lot of the back row, and it helps clear the board. You just pop 2 guys whenever you need them. Atom is tricky. I don't go into him as much because you need 2 dragons, but with Tefnuit and maybe another dragon, he's really useful. Usually I would Atum into the red eyes and then try to extend that way. And with the Atum, sometimes the Atum can't attack, so you go into Gaia Charger, and Gaia Charger is a really good card in this deck because sometimes if you're stuck with without a dragon on the field and you need a dragon for red eyes, you can just lay over your 6 and then remove your Gaia Charger as a dragon to special summon the red eyes. Bouncer, just really situational, and this is a new card that I've been trying, Utopia Beyond. It's a 3,000 beat stick that turns all your opponent's monsters to 0. Sometimes I get really close to pushing for game and I go into this guy. Even though they have a wall, I can kill and hit him for 3,000. My stroke for the 2 4s in my deck, I found this to be more useful than other 4s just because it's so versatile. Sometimes I need a stall, sometimes flipping a guy face down is all I need.
Still has uses in the game today.
Yeah. So the 8-star synchros that I use are Beals. This is a really great card. Yeah. Beals and Dark End need dark 6 stars. Dark End's really good because it sends a monster to the grave. So to get a lot of pesky targets. So with Malicious, you can get out Dark End pretty easily. Malicious, Caius, Chaos Sorcerer.
No, despite the obvious positives with Dark End, have you ever thought of Void Ogre in the deck?
Yeah, I have thought about Void Ogre, and this card just has more utility than the Void Ogre. I mean, I go into this card really often to send Stardust or any other targets that usually get effects when they get destroyed and sent to the graveyard. And this card bypasses a lot of that. Colossal Fighter is really solid. I've one time attacked into a BLS to bring him back and then attacked for game over 3,000. It's a solid target. Blader. Scrap Dragon. Scrap Dragon can trigger your Light Pulsar if you target your Light Pulsar and another card, but it's just really good. Really big beat stick. Angel of Zera is something I've been also testing.
How's he been working out so far?
What?
How's he been working out so far?
He's actually not been working out that far. I would open with Angel of Zera over Beals. Those are the 2 opening choices. And then he would hit the grave, but he never really comes back. But this card would probably be the card I would take out for a second M7, because M7 is so useful and this card's not that great. The 1 Stardust, in case you're just attacking to a lot of back row, this Stardust is great. And the Leo is a good huge target, a good huge beat stick. Gives you option to get rid of your Raidens when they're dead and any 6 stars that can't do anything if you only have a 4 and a 6, which happens a lot often. So I would go Raiden and maybe a Malicious into this guy and then wait for my opponent to get rid of this guy. But yeah, that is all of it. Like I said, I would probably take out this girl for another M7. It's probably my only thing. Yeah, that's it.
Alright, thank you very much for sharing your deck profile today. Hope you enjoyed watching the video, and as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And until next time.